It's really late. I think I'll head back to the hotel.
I need some coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna get some Virgin Fighter, so I gotta cancel this. Need some get up and go. You my crown. Give me now. Kill me down. So give me my crown. I'm thinking another beef patty, man. Cause that one didn't come out too well. It didn't come out baked. Fuck, how did I even get here? This means it's the next day. I like this part because he talks to Shenmue. He got his ass kicked.
Hey, you!
Yes.
You need to pay for your room tonight. Don't tell me you don't have any cash.
No, I do.
Ah, thank you.
See, this game is mostly about, at the core of the game, the heart of this game is about Shenhua and Ryo. It's about their relationship.
Are you well?
I know some people don't like it. I mean, this is an excellent game. It's in the vein of all the other
How's
Shenmues.
the city treating you?
I'm getting used to
It's
all
just not
of
an
it.
Indiana Jones
It's okay.
in the Temple of Doom, okay? It's not like an action-packed action
I'll head out.
movie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Be
It's a
careful.
personal movie. It's like a personal movie. It's a personal, yeah, I guess a dramatic movie, really, because it's about their interaction and their relationship. Here's what the meat of this game is. Like, 90% of the story of this game is the little conversations that are made up of dialogue trees and your optional choices, and you only have one choice or the other. You can't do both sides of the dialogue tree in one conversation. You'd have to do a different fight, a different game save, and play through that whole area again, and those whole sections again to get the full different outcomes of the conversations, because you have a choice, which means the dialogue trees only have one path you can do per game session at a time. Okay, you can't explore both options of the conversation within say a 1 month period of the game. That's what it's about. It's about them talking and them getting to know each other, and that's the core of the game. Is core of the gameplay of this game. It's the core part of the story, I think, is their relationship. That's what it's about. And to some people, they don't give a shit about that because they don't give a shit about girls. They say like dudes, and that's where they don't care about this game. And they say nothing happens when plain stuff happens. She gets kidnapped. They had to rescue her. Her fucking father gets kidnapped off camera earlier, and you have to find him. You can find out why they're attacking in the first place. It covers a lot of stuff. It's not like what's his name? J.J. Abrams' plot level of story. Okay, it's not like plot-driven, multiple locations in the story. It's mostly one or two locations, and it just story progresses from there. It doesn't have any like checkpoints for major cutscenes. I mean, not major. I guess stunt casting. You know those action set pieces, and they have like a bunch of action set pieces marking the plot. You know, just one location, then another location, and you're search through that, or in the tiny little interaction between you and Shenhua. In the second part, Niao, there's a lot less interaction between Ryo and Shenhua. The core of it, the most of the story, is in Bailu. Okay, and when you're living with her for like I don't know a week or 2 weeks trying to find her father. That's the core of the game. And people say, "Oh, nothing happens in this game, yada yada," isn't moving along because they wanted it to be a situation where Ryo and Shenhua have to spend a whole bunch of time together. If her father showed up, he'd be a third wheel, and you don't have a story where you hang around with Ryo and her father and Shenhua having a dinner conversation. It's kind of stupid. Like, we don't need that. We just need conversation between Shenhua and Ryo. And they go from one place in the city to another, to the next city, and they have to stay in a hotel. And it's that situation. You know how stupid and weird and awkward the game would be if you had those two people with her father in sharing a hotel room. It's kind of weird. A suite of hotel rooms. So it would be kind of weird. to go outside and get and talk to Ren. Yeah, I just had to put something on to make myself stay awake a little bit better. I eat coffee. I thought this part happens right away. I thought you just walk out to the docks and you automatically talk to Ren, but I guess not. You go up here and meet him, and then he shows up. I mean, see, if you're not a fan of the second game, you don't get this game, because this game is highly dependent on you having played the previous game. Because it depends on the part where Ren shows up and tries to help Rio out. If you don't know who Ren is, it completely defeats the purpose. He's just some random dude to you, and you don't recognize him from Shenmue 1. Yeah, I get that coffee. Yeah. Alright. Pro tip, you wanna know how to kick ass in Virgin Fighter? Step 1, get vitamin B12. Step 2, coffee. Preferably with brown sugar. Jamaican brown sugar, of course. Don't use that Haitian brown sugar. That shit's crap, right? I'm telling you right now. If you use Haitian brown sugar, you're gonna get indigestion. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the Virgin Fighter now. I have a whole lot of noobs to kill. I'm just warming up. That little times I fell asleep during the stream, you guys saw all the little micro naps I need. That's my power nap, all right? So you saw my power nap in action, and that's all I need. That little bit of sleep will help give me an opportunity to recharge, and I'm recharged now. Gotta go nuclear. I need to go KO Ken. And like I said, brown sugar, Jamaican brown sugar, okay? This is what you want in your coffee. And if you don't have Jamaican brown sugar in your fucking coffee, you're fucking up. Okay? And you deserve to lose. You deserve to take L after L after L. Just keep taking L's. You have the fucking brown sugar in your fucking coffee. Let me tell you that. And here's pro tip. There's no such thing as an overdose of vitamin B12. So you keep getting positive effect of taking more and more vitamin B12, and there's no downside. See? I can't OD on this. Have you ever heard somebody say, oh, I DOD'd on natural vitamins, vitamin B? No. That's my secret. And that, my friends, is how I beat Tricky. I was doing that for months before that. You know, that's my old mantra of getting better. I need to think of ideas. I need to think. So you need brain food. And there's no downside of it. It's just like there's no downside of breathing too much. On that note, one thing the ninja uses is positive breathing, which is basically hyperventilating and get enough oxygen into your brain. I mean that you breathe in through your nose when you do positive breathing, you're getting oxygen directly through your brain. And of course, when breathing stops, so does life. So you get more energy from oxygen to your brain. The more oxygen you get, the more energy you can get. That's how I do that thing where I burn a lighter over my hand. I'm hyperventilating the whole time. You can do that. There's a lot of things you can do if you have enough energy. And I'm getting enough energy into my brain to pull that off. And I'm replenishing the energy I'm spending as I do it. I'm hyperventilating the whole time. I use my brain, my aura, to block off the fire. Well, not to block the fire, but to block the heat from the fire. That's a ninja secret. Free to you, the one viewer is probably still watching this. I've been in Shenmue a little bit too long. I need to get out of Shenmue town to get into Virgin Fighter town. Especially I'm forgetting a lot of moves, and I'm freaking tired as hell. Google it. No one has ever OD'd on vitamin B12 or vitamin C. Every time you see someone say, oh, he dropped dead if he had too many vitamin C pills. Nope. Sorry. And that was make me a Tony Stark level genius. That's my secret. That's how I made my arc reactor. That's how I made the necessary modifications to this stick. This stick may look like crap, right? But this stick is the most heavily modded custom stick I ever made. And that is the best stick I own. And it doesn't look like it though. But internally, how the way it's balanced, and the way it functions, and the way it's geared, makes me god level VF5 player. That's why I kind of prefer playing Xbox 360 because of that stick. I have a converter and get it to work on PS5, but it's not super convertible. If you slam the stick a little too hard, it may knock the converter off and make it go into default mode, like you uninstalled error mode, you know, unidentified object error mode. And that's why I don't use it that much on PS. This one, I use my X-Strap 4, which is second best to that stick. It's functionable, but it's not as good because you couldn't put the springs in it. I just said it. I just gave it away. Pro tip: you can't put an 8-pound spring in that H-Strap 4 stick as opposed to what's inside this stick. That stick, that Xbox 360 stick has an 8-pound spring in it. That's why it's so nasty. And see, that's why I benefited from playing on both Xbox and 360, and also playing other fighting games, because I learned about putting 8-pound sticks in your hardware, in your arcade stick from Street Fighter players. Nobody on Virtua Fighter playing stone area, right? You know, the Virtua Fighter player tool. No one was forthcoming about putting new springs in your arcade stick. The Street Fighter people were. And that was the key to victory. In my God mode, my ascension in the God mode. The ability of me to pick up Mjolnir, okay? I was able to pick up Thor's hammer and became worthy. I'm modding my stick enough. And when that old arcade stick thought we can't possibly play Shenmue more, right? I retired Shenmue. One more. Load. I was so tired, I don't even remember that fight. You know, that fight with in the warehouse. I fell asleep during the whole fight, I think. I mean, never been my head, never comb. And this game has the essence of arcade game design, okay? Every minigame is the essence of arcade design. It's a simple concept, has little intricacies to it, but it's a simple, basic concept. And from there, you can get a little better like bonus mode or whatever, but the basic thing is a basic, simple concept.
I'll need to see your VIP cards.
They try to make a simple thing fun.
My card.
Like that wood chopping game. The wood chopping game looks mad simple or whatever, but he knows how to make a good arcade game. He made the music change when you get the high score, and then the place picks up, and the music changes, and there's an excellent touch. Only like somebody has like, you know, decades of experience in making arcade games know how to jazz up a game. You take a simple game like that and make that interesting, just with the use of music alone. Why is this guy not here? And why does he have to ask me for my card if you know, I've already been here before?
Excuse me.
You're that super strong guy from before.
Huh?
I'm Meow. What do they call you, cutie?
You call me Big John. Yeah.
Hazuki. Ryo Hazuki.
You won't mind if I call you real then?
Huh?
Call me Daddy,
Sure,
bitch.
sure. I don't mind.
Yay!
Get on your knees.
Best friends, okay,
Okay. It's really late. I think I'll head back to the hotel.
Shut the fuck up, man. The only thing I can say about that is maybe I have to go. No, obviously this is after the fight, so the next fight is in the warehouse. So I'll go there.
Hey, Shenmue.
Leo, listen. I'm going to work too.
You are?
I want to
Oh
help you
fuck! I think the
however
light
I
went
can.
up. Yeah, the TV went off.
You're doing more than
My
enough.
TV went off. There's like a brownout going around here, man.
Thanks for offering.
By themselves, it was fucking the house possessed,
Leo, I'm going to go back
and my
to
fucking
the
TV
room.
just cut off. Well, at least the PlayStation didn't cut off.
Okay.
This is a great little game. This is a great little game that you know, is like a salute to a bygone era. but not a good thing, not a bad thing, because that era was good. That era wasn't bad. The people just didn't live in that era and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And games now are not as good as this and not as well made, and not as detailed or ambitious. So I like this game, and to hell if who doesn't like it. Hope you get cancer. Fucking haters. They're assholes. And then it's not in that. There's not one thing if you don't like this game, but the game they do like is garbage. Yo, I'm sorry. Yakuza is garbage. Yakuza hasn't been good since the second one. It's the same shit over and over and over again. It's a dumb story, and the story keeps getting dumber and dumber. And you're in the same stupid map. How can you make 6 games in the same stupid map? Fuck Yakuza. The gameplay is okay, but it was never good. And it's an old joke that they keep rerunning over and over again. You know, because you freaking do the meter, you know, like in the meter and you do the ultimate move or whatever, the heat move. But it gets old. It's so old that I don't even notice it anymore. And they took too long to fix up the animations. They finally fixed up the animation in part 7. In part 6, you know, Yakuza 6. But it's too late by that point. It's been the same basic PS2 level animations on those heat moves since 2006, man. That's a long fucking time. I played this game a long time ago. Last time I played that game, man, you know how long ago that was? That was like 3 apartments ago. When I actually played on PS3, I remember I used to play that on the converter and played old PS2 games on your PS3. That's what I played it on. Because it was so old. It was like, it came out in the death part of the death time of the PS2. Nobody had a PS2 anymore in 2006. That's what we did. We played it on PS3 and it looked terrible compared to this game. This game, Shenmue 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, which last one came out in 2001. It was 10 times better in graphics than Yakuza 1 and 2, which came out in Yakuza in 2006 and 2007. It's terrible. If you look at the graphics, the color palette is terrible in Yakuza. It was grainy and it's low res. It looked bad, and the fucking NBC's in talk. It wasn't as good as the game, and it came out 5 years after this game, after Shenmue 2. How do you come out 5 years after Shenmue 2 and your graphics aren't better than Shenmue? And you call yourself a Shenmue killer? And these idiots, with these hot take assholes from Twitter, who have these little 140 character mentality, said that Yakuza is better than this, and this game should try to be like Yakuza. Yakuza suck. Yakuza was always 2 steps behind this game, and always will be. Because it doesn't try to be good, it just tries to be middle of the road and very, like, you know, bargain basement. You just pick up shit and they try to cover it up by, oh, you pick up bicycles and throw it at people and traffic cones. It's still stupid. And now you don't, I can even rock with Yakuza a little bit if you at least can still get a gun. You can't get a gun, then you had to go all this trouble to unlock the weapon master, right? There's a special arms dealer in Yakuza 6. And then he doesn't have no guns. It sucks. The only thing you have a harpoon gun, and a harpoon gun is where you're going to fishing. So it make you get a harpoon gun and thinking you're going to use it in combat, and you can't. There's zero guns in the game. Yakuza 2 had guns, Yakuza 1 had guns. You could even buy guns in from Yakuza. You could buy a shotgun or a Uzi in Yakuza 2. You can't buy shit. You can't even pick up shit and not even a fight in this game. That's why it's terrible. So don't try to say Yakuza was a better game than Shenmue. No, it isn't. It's played out, really. It was good, but it's played out. And it offers bare minimum. Everything is bare minimum button presses. But, you know, I don't like the whole mentality when they say you can only have one genre of a game per company. So I don't mind that Yakuza exists. I'll play it. But it's not the best thing is sliced bread. And I would never say, oh, Sega should only have Shenmue and not Yakuza, or vice versa. You should have both, because, like, they should still have multiple fighting games. There's no reason that where Sega can only have Virtua Fighter. They should have Virtua Fighter, Last Bronx, and Fighting Vipers, because everybody likes different things. That's a better world. But unfortunately, they get these kind of mentality to companies and industry, right? The corporations. They get this mentality and they decide for us what games to be made based on these damn focal test polls from freaking casual assholes who don't play real games. They're actually making decisions based on games with real gamers from the wrong people, and they get the information from the wrong people, the most dumbest, most, inbred incel, unintelligent, or ignorant person possible to make decisions for everybody. And they stick to it. Because here's the thing, the concept and the idea is that fighting games are dead, so you shouldn't make a lot of fighting games. Fighting games aren't dead. If you're going to say fighting games are dead, say games are dead while you're at it, and say video games are out of it, or out of style, and no one plays video games anymore, because it's not like it used to be with arcades everywhere. That's not true, that's just a hot take. I can lie to you and tell you that shit, but that video games are dead. This type of game is dead and they're not popular or whatever. They're popular. Every company has a fighting game, practically. You put more, and some of them still have 2 titles. Like that's why I'm not really the biggest Tekken fan, but at least they had the brains to keep making Soul Calibur. They made Soul Calibur and Tekken, and didn't just quit abruptly. And I don't know, sad to say, I think being that Sega's in hiatus, they let go a lot of people that were fighting game makers. So, all those people probably work at Namco now. Yeah. Y'all need to read this, okay? Keep your stupid book to yourself. Anyway, I have a concept for making a Shenmue video. So I'm basically taking my notepad that I wrote down all my combos in, and I'm going to use that as an effect, the page turn effect on this, on the video to explain everything and illustrate everything.
No.
When I'm talking about combos, that is.
Thank you.
Good
Morning.
I wonder what happened to my camera.
Yeah, I know. You should watch out too.
Right.
Stay away from anyone suspicious looking.
This is the part where, that's where in this area, the second area, there's not much for Shenmue to do, so it's not as interesting. But in the first area, you had multiple conversations that only happened once per day, and they didn't repeat. The next day, you'd have a totally different conversation with her after dinner. So it was cool. Just talk to her every day, and you talked about a different conversation every day every day. So that was fun, man. And that's what Shenmue was. That's Shenmue, man. That's good. The conversation trees and getting to know somebody and telling them something about yourself. Because you got an option that you tell them different things about yourself, and that turns the course of the conversation. And that's what this game is, and that's why Shenmue was excellent. That's why if you're a fan, Shenmue is a 9 out of 10. If you're not a fan, it's a 4 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10 because you don't care about anything in it. You don't care about any of the characters, any of the people, any of the themes, any of the mini games. You don't have a winning streak or a lucky break, a drop on lucky hit. You didn't play the dart game. You didn't like the forklift racing because you're a bitch and don't know how to play fighting for racing games. And you just didn't get it. I mean, for me, somebody, right, some idiot, some casual idiot, right, said, "Oh, forklift racing. Why was it forklift racing?" Shenmue 1, right? And then why were you forced to forklift race 5 days in a row? Why? You don't get it, moron. The point of playing forklift racing 5 times in a row is to try to get in first place. Don't be a loser. I mean, you're one of those dumb losers, right, that don't know how to drive and basically lose in forklift racing every time. You're not supposed to lose.